So Jesus is condemned at Pontius Pilate's Praetorium and carries his cross to Calvary, where he is ultimately crucified. This route between the two places is called the Via Dolorosa, which literally means the way of suffering. Now, since the 4th century, Christian pilgrims have walked along an approximate route without really claiming historical accuracy that, hey, this is the one that Jesus walked on. But in the 19th century, Catholics sanctioned a route that is widely traveled today, especially on Good Friday. Now, although this is established by posted signs and traditions, it may or, well, may not be the exact route that Jesus traveled. And there's a few reasons for that. First, the Bible does not say exactly where this route is. I mean, it tells us the starting place, Pontius Pilate's palace, and then his destination, Mount Calvary. But the exact in between is only a guess. And second, the oldest cobblestone paths today were built by Hadrian about 100 years after Jesus' crucifixion. So it's even entirely possible that the exact route may not even exist today. And finally, the traditional route starts with Pilate judging Jesus at a place called the Antonia Fortress, which stood at the northwest corner of the Temple Mount. Now, it was originally built to protect the temples, a little fortress by the temple, but see, that cannot have been where Pilate judged Jesus, because Mark and John tell us that it's Pilate's Praetorium, and the Praetorium was at the governor's residence. We know this because Josephus the historian tells us that the Roman governor resided in Herod the Great's palace, and Herod the Great's palace was located by the Tower of David, which fortunately still stands today. So for me, I'm going to go with this, saying that the starting place should not be the traditional route, which begins at a place called the Antonia Fortress by the Temple Mount, but rather the palace by the Tower of David. Now, this really will change the route that most people walk, but hey, the most important thing is that Jesus actually walked this route. And because of this, he made it to Calvary, where he died for our sins. So there you go, a little bit about the Via Dolorosa, and that's enough today for our Historical Minute.